Hi y'all, and welcome to Texas Real Food. My name is Stephanie, and today I want to talk to you about freezing, pickling, and preserving. This video is all about how to make fresh food last. Throughout this video, I will explain the process for each of these three methods and discuss the differences between them. I'll also talk about why it's so important to make fresh food last longer. Let us actually start by covering why prolonging the shelf life of your fresh food is vital in this day and age. Global warming is a serious concern. The Earth is in trouble, in large part due to the industrial food corporations and their harmful practices. Doing your part in the fight against climate change can and should take many forms. One vital act that should be followed by everybody is the minimizing of waste. This means eliminating food waste entirely whenever possible. Freezing, pickling, and preserving are great ways to avoid food waste. For more information on why home-cooked meals are so important, be sure to check out the other videos here at Texas Real Food. Preparing your home-cooked meals in large batches is as eco-friendly as you can be. Preparing meals in bulk is an efficient use of natural resources, but it isn't enough just to cook the meal, eat it, and throw out what's left afterwards. You need to complete the equation by saving the leftovers to enjoy again another time. Sticking your leftovers in the fridge is a good first step. But when you want your fresh food to last even longer, freezing, pickling, and preserving are your best options. Refrigerating food slows down the bacterial action that causes food to go bad. Freezing food, on the other hand, completely stops this bacterial action in its tracks, so that food could, in theory, last forever. The colder a food is, the longer it will last. Freezing stops bacterial action, but it does not stop enzyme action unless further steps are taken, such as blanching vegetables before freezing them. But what about freezer burn? Freezer burn is the only real concern when freezing food. Freezer burn doesn't have any adverse health effects. It won't make you sick, but it will impact the taste and texture. Freezer burn will usually only latch onto certain parts of a frozen food, and not the whole item. So, if absolutely necessary, in extreme cases, the freezer burn patches can be cut off before cooking, and the rest of the food item can still be used and enjoyed. But can freezer burn be prevented? The answer is thankfully yes. Freezer burn is caused by exposure to air after the initial freezing. Opening and closing your freezer allows air to the food if it is not stored properly. When storing food in a freezer, the best way to avoid freezer burn is to wrap the food in plastic wrap, wax paper, or aluminum foil, and then place it inside of a bag or Tupperware container. Be sure to eliminate all the air bubbles. It is a good idea to rotate the food in your freezer when adding to it, so that the oldest food is kept up front and eaten first. Pickling and fermenting foods are both forms of food preservation. There's a lot of overlap between the two methods. Pickling involves storing food in a brine or acid. Fermenting involves bacteria, which converts the natural sugars and carbohydrates found in a food into acid, carbon dioxide, and alcohol. It is possible for both pickling and fermenting to play out simultaneously, and this is the case for many foods. Fermenting can carry a number of health benefits, while providing a distinct flavor. Basic pickling requires salt, vinegar, and your choice of spices. Bring the mixture to a boil, then pour over the food you intend to pickle. Store this mixture in a mason jar, and it's good to go. This pickled food will typically last about 5 to 6 months. The National's executive chef, Paul Corsentino, writes about a number of tips for when you are pickling. He recommends springing for expensive vinegar, as it really does make a difference. Be careful to avoid any bubbles in your pickling mixture. Bubbles will halt the pickling process and cause the growth of bad bacteria. Chef Corsentino also suggests experimenting with different combinations of spices. This can keep your food tasting new and exciting while sticking with the same base ingredient. He also cautions against overheating the pickling mixture. This is a common mistake and easy to do. It's better to underheat the mixture than overheat it. Chef Corsentino also suggests experimenting with different combinations of spices. This can keep your food tasting new and exciting while sticking with the same base ingredient. He also cautions against overheating the pickling mixture. This is a common mistake and easy to do. It's better to underheat the mixture than to overheat it. One important thing to note is that it's not necessary for you to have to use your freshest fruits and vegetables when pickling. Food that is past its natural prime can be revitalized through the pickling process. These food conserving methods used to be standard practice not too long ago. Chances are your great-grandparents employed canning, pickling, and freezing often with their food and such. Just because food is more plentiful now than at any other time doesn't mean we should let food go to waste or take any less care of preserving it. Thank you for watching this video at Texas Real Food. If you learned something or found something useful, then do us a favor and like this video. We would love to hear your opinions, so head on down to the comment section and join the conversation. Be sure to subscribe and check out the other videos here at Texas Real Food.